There was a stiff wind blowing through the state capitol on this Wednesday morning in early March. Buses packed with school kids, teachers, and parents were rolling in early. You first got a sense of the massive size of this rally when you entered the Howlett building. A standing room only audience, a mostly adult crowd, had gathered for a pregame huddle of sorts. It began with an opening prayer from Cardinal George.
We thank you for this day. Grant that it may be dedicated entirely to your purposes, so that in doing your will we may become your holy people. Bless our state and those who govern it, that their decisions may be rooted in what is good for all. Bless the Catholic Church in this state, the dioceses that are gathered here, so that we may be witnesses to the world that your Son is risen from the dead and gives us eternal life.
Next up was the guy who organized Catholics at the Capitol, Catholic Conference of Illinois Executive Director Bob Gilligan.
Our concern is not partisanship. We don't come here as liberals or conservatives or Democrats or Republicans. We come here to advance the common good. We're all trying to work towards the common good. And I know some people here have a passion for issues that reflect the work of Catholic Charities. Some people here are coming here to espouse advocacy for our Catholic hospitals and our nursing homes. Many of you here are very concerned about the treatment of the unborn and those in prison and those facing the end of life, and are very, very concerned about pro-life issues. There are others here who are concerned about other social justice issues. But the one thing that unites us all is the truth. And we do this based upon our faith. That's what compels us to get involved in the public square.
And finally, words of encouragement from one of our Catholic lawmakers.
There's a lot of Catholic members in the House and the Senate. Remind them that they're Catholics first and then they're legislators second. Don't let them leave their faith at the door. Remind them of that.
So let the advocacy effort begin. People from the strategy meeting streamed over to the Capitol Rotunda, where thousands of Catholic school children, parents, and teachers had already gathered. The crowd was estimated at nearly 4,000 for the 11 a.m. rally, aimed at promoting legislation to increase the education expense tax credit used by Catholic school parents from $500 to $1,000 annually.
Catholic school children, you're the greatest.
I think it's vitally important. And the tax credit really, when people get into the debate about it, it really is not about redistribution of wealth. The purpose of it is to recognize a school system that is providing a very, very important public good. I would argue that the Catholic schools provide a very, very important role in educating our children and relieving the public schools of a substantial cost burden.
It wasn't a pulpit, but the stage was certainly set for Cardinal George to give words of encouragement to those packed in the rotunda, Catholic ambassadors who were about to knock on the doors of their legislators.
But if they're for you, tell them that you're going to pray that they succeed. And if they're against you, tell them you're going to pray even harder that they change.
Oh, it was very beneficial. I thought it was very symbolic. It means something. It really spoke to me in a way.
I hope to gain the experience not only of learning our political system as it applies to Catholic schools and education, but also just the confidence knowing that my voice can be heard outside of Chicago, down in Springfield, with numerous other Catholic schools and individuals for a common goal.
This was not an Archdiocese of Chicago event. Indeed, from bishops to school children, all 6 dioceses in the state of Illinois were well represented.
We're here to help represent our school, and it makes us feel like we're really part of the government and the decision.
I learned about all the issues we're here fighting for, and about how when all of us get together we can really make a difference.
And as for you, what does this experience mean to you to come here as a member of a Catholic school?
It means a lot because our opinion really matters, and we do make a difference.
Some students enjoyed a quick lunch outside, recharging for the lobbying going on inside the Capitol. Groups of Catholics went from legislator to legislator. The education tax credit was just one of 8 issues targeted in this day of advocacy, issues framed by Catholic social teaching.